Hi guys, Top Pops here, and today I'm going to be going through every Pop Town that I own. So let's get started. Alright, so I went through these here, I found every single one. I'm actually only missing 3 that are available at the moment. I think it's 3 or 2. But anyways, I know 2. It's 2 that I'm missing. So I'm missing the Pennywise Funhouse, and I'm missing the Freddy Funko with the Funko HQ. Now the problem with that one is I've ordered it, it's just I can't go pick it up because it's one of those ones that's at the package at the post office that I can't go get. So we're going to be going through these here though, guys. So that's only 2 of them. There are 13 that I own. Let's just get started with the first one here, which is ScoobyDoo and the Haunted Mansion. Now this was the first one that was announced last year at Toy Fair New York. This was a super exciting one because this kind of like got the ball rolling with the Pop Towns. I think they announced this one and then the next one, and then that was about it. Maybe there was one more. But anyways, guys, here it is right here. It comes to Scooby-Doo. Now they try to do an exclusive figure that goes inside of these as well. So the figure that comes with them is different. But this is usually the only way you can get the building or the town that comes with this one. So this one here is the Haunted Mansion. It's got some really great detail to it. They've got like a little ghost popping out of the window. But this is a very Scooby-Doo set.
Look at this. This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is.
And I think this looks great. These are great for if you want to take photos with your set. So like I've got the Scooby-Doo here, and then you grab like Daphne, Fred, Velma, Shaggy, put them all together, have them like in front of the actual Haunted Mansion there. I think that'd be a great photo. If anybody's taken that, tag me on Instagram because I'd love to see it. But yeah, this was number 1. And it's one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo. I try to get every single Scooby-Doo pop, so I had to get this one. All right, next up here, this is probably, I don't know. There's so many great ones in this set. I keep saying they're my favorite, but once you look at every single one, they all have so much detail to them. But this one here is SpongeBob with Gary and Pineapple House. So it's almost like you're getting 2 characters here and then the town. So it comes with SpongeBob's house. I do hope they make a Squidward and a Patrick eventually, so you can have all 3 of them lined up across, because there's never been like a Patrick like house that I've seen in like a figure form. I know they've probably made Sponge or Squidward ones. Like for sure I've seen Squidward when I used to have a fish tank. I used to get like those SpongeBob stuff. So there was SpongeBob, Gary, Patrick. You could get Squidward in his house, SpongeBob in his house. So this kind of reminds me of that. It's a lot better quality, and it's a bit of a different like type of material as well, because it's like a vinyl figure, not like something that goes underwater forever. But yeah, overall a really great one. This is the only way you could get Gary, I believe, is a pop, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's another way to get Gary. So Gary on top of SpongeBob is a great way to do it. And I am a huge fan of this one. I'm a big fan of SpongeBob. I try to get as many SpongeBob ones as I can, like I said. Same thing with the Scooby-Doo, actually. I'm looking here. I think I got every single new SpongeBob one, and maybe I'll go back and start to try and get the older ones as well. But those ones are pretty expensive. I think the most expensive one is like $400 some odd because it's SpongeBob, and then it comes with, so it's SpongeBob as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and then it's Plankton, which is the only way you can get Plankton as a pop, and it's him, and he comes as Shredder, and it comes in a lunchbox. That one's super expensive. I don't know if I'd ever be able to get that one, but at least I can get some of the new ones, and you know, get some pretty cool figures. Now number 3 here, this is one that I actually saw when we went to Toy Fair. I think now that I'm remembering it, they had the SpongeBob with Gary and Pineapple House, and then they also had this one here, but the Scooby-Doo and Haunted Mansion was one that they just showed a photo of, if I'm not mistaken. So this here, we have the Dr. Peter Venkman with Firehouse. Now this is a huge part of Ghostbusters, because this is where they kind of do all of their myth busting. This is kind of like their office, that they take an old firehouse and turn it into the Ghostbusters office. But what I really, really like about this one is that it's got the sign for Ghostbusters out the front of the building there, and then it's got him marshmallowed. Now, in the new set, this is the only way you can get them marshmallowed. So they did, this is the 35th anniversary stuff. Then they also did 30th anniversary stuff. They've been doing these ones for so long, they got to do 2 anniversaries. And they did a marshmallowed 4-pack, which I do own thanks to my friend Ian. He's the one that got that one for me. Actually, he owned it for a while and knew I loved it, so he was nice enough and gifted it to me. I should totally show that one off one day. Maybe we could do a whole Ghostbusters collection if you guys would like to see that. But this one right here, it's cool because they made it like a little bit more marshmallow than normal, if that makes sense. So on the old ones, it was just like kind of painted on, where on this one here, it's kind of like an extra added bit to the sculpt. So it's a little bit puffed up there. You can see it's not just painted on. There's like extra sculpt there to make it look kind of fluffy, like marshmallow fluff. stuff. But yeah, overall, this one's got some great detail to it, especially with the Ghostbusters logo being on there. I'm just a huge fan of it. Okay, so I was doing some digging and I did not know what number 4 was. There was no number 4 in this line, and I was thinking maybe it was the Pennywise Funhouse or the Freddy Funko with the HQ, and those ones are, I believe they're 12 and 10, so I don't know what's going on there. If you guys know what number 4 was, let me know in the comment section below. I hope they don't skip that one and then never put anything in 4, but there are some other ones that were announced, they just don't have them available yet. So there was the Fred Flintstone with the Flintstones house, I don't know what you would call it, as well as Doc with the Town Hall, you know, where they actually get the DeLorean to make it to 88 miles per hour. And then the other one was Deku with the high school. So I'm hoping one of those is number 4. I don't know. Could be the Back to the Future one. That'd be great if it was. But anyways, guys, let's get into number 5 here. That's why I'm skipping number 4. And it is Kevin with the Up House. Now this has a lot of detail to it, and like I said, I'm probably gonna say it's my favorite. It's up there for sure. Maybe I should do a top 5 on these and tell you guys which ones, like, you know, really like make a nice solid list of what my top 5 are, something like that. But anyways, this one's amazing. You guys might think that the balloons would fall because of how big it is when it gets up there, but what they did was, I guess they made the strings not like tiny, they made them solid, so it's like a big solid piece of vinyl there, which really makes it nice. And this is the only way you can get Kevin as well. This one was shared with Box Lunch, and it was exclusive to New York Comic Con last year, and this was the first exclusive Pop Town, so it's really cool that they did this and shared it with Box Lunch, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, for the longest time, it's still up on their website. I don't know if it's still there, but it was more recently than not. So I don't know if you guys want to go check it out, or if you guys want to let people know if it is still available, let them know in the comment section below, because this is an amazing one. And this is one of those ones from the Up line that you just have to have because it's so cool. And this is the only way you can get Kevin as well. So, I mean, if you want to get every single character, you got to get this one. All right, so here's number 6. This one's Beetlejuice with Dante's Inferno Room. Now, this one here, I've seen the movie before, but I don't remember too much about it. I am trying to get every single Pop Town, so this is one of those ones that I kind of remember it vaguely, but I don't remember too much about it. But I do know Beetlejuice, and this is an exclusive character that comes with it as well. And he's got like a suit on with like blades coming out of him. I mean, this probably all goes with one scene, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's still a really detailed, you know, Pop Town, and this was a Hot Topic exclusive, so this was now the second exclusive in terms of Pop Towns here, and this is the first store exclusive instead of convention. So I think these are going over really well. I love these figures. I hope they keep making more of them, because they did announce a bunch of them for Toy Fair, so it sounds like they are going to be making more. But yeah, overall, this Beetlejuice looks great. They added so much more detail to this Beetlejuice than they did for the last one, because they made, so what they did was, I don't know if it was for an anniversary or something like that, or if they just started doing them again, because they made them a long time ago, and there was only one. It was Beetlejuice. There might have been a glow-in-the-dark version of him as well, but then they started to make them again, and I have those ones, like him with a suit on, and then there's this one as well, and they just have so much more detail than just like the hair slicked back and like a striped shirt. This one, like I said, he's got blades coming out of him, he's got his hands out, like, anyways, overall, it's a really great character. Don't know too much about it, but I do love the set. This one here is probably the smallest Pop Town, I would say, in terms of the actual house, because it's very light. I would say the biggest one is, of course, Kevin with Up House, but this one here is Jack Skellington and Jack's house. The house on this one looks amazing. One thing I wish they did was they added a little bit of glow in the dark into the windows, or even had it light up. That could have been cool. But overall, Jack Skellington looks great. I even noticed that he's got a like art, like he's drawing something, but it's on the paper is a popified version of him, which is pretty much the exact same pop right there that he's got. And then he's also holding a pumpkin as well, and he's got his like foot on a pumpkin with that same kind of like coiled mountain or hill there on there, which looks really great. The house looks amazing. One thing I will say is that it's very small pieces when it comes up to the house there, like the little extra part on the house that kind of like swings up on the left side there. So make sure you're careful with that if you are taking it out of the box, because I have seen some of them breaking. But of course, I mean, it's a collectible, not a toy, so you're not going to do too much with it. You know, just set it on the shelf, be good with it, and it should be fine. Plus, you can always use Crazy Glue. I love Crazy Glue. It's a friend when you have pops, because sometimes you do drop them. But overall, an amazing character. And this one is hitting top and bottom, so it's super tall. It's just, I guess, pretty light. Small, thin, I don't know. You know what I mean. This one here is a great one. This is Hagrid's Hut and Fang. I'm looking at this one here because this is the only way you can get Fang, but I think they did a really great job on Fang. There's just so much detail with them, and they used to do the, what was it called? Pop Pets a long time ago. So I wonder if they'll start doing them again, make them more detailed like this, because Fang has so much detail to it. He's got like a nicer face almost in a way. The way they did him where it's kind of like the type of dog he is, he's got like a droopy kind of face, and I think it looks great the way they did it. And then the Hagrid's Hut also looks amazing. And I wish they did make this one light up, because they did do that with some other ones in the Pop Town series, which I'll be showing later. So I wish it would be cool if you could just like flick a little switch and then all of a sudden all the lights light up on the inside. It could be really cool to have like that added little feature in there. But I mean, it totally makes sense why they didn't, because then you'd have to have batteries, and then it turns, I don't know, would you consider that a toy if it had batteries? Not really, but it turns it into more of like a Christmas village rather than just like a house or a figure or something like that. But this is the only way you can get Fang as well. There's not another way to get him. So yeah, overall, a really great one. And I love that they put so much detail into Hagrid's house. I'm just noticing now there's an axe next to the stump out front. They even gave him the little outhouse on the side there. It even goes like indented, so you can see like under the house as well, because it's held up on a bunch of rocks, right? So yeah, just a lot of great detail on this figure. This next one here is pretty neat. So this was the first one they did for the Batman 80th anniversary in terms of a Pop Town. Now it's different because it comes in the black box here with the gold kind of like bronzish foil around the edges, and I love this thing. So this is the Hall of Justice, and it comes with the Super Friends Batman, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the one that it comes with. But yeah, really, really cool. And this is neat because it comes in two pieces. So there's the front to it, which is the actual like water fountain out the front, and then it also, you can connect it to the back of the building, the actual Hall of Justice. And you can actually see this if you go to the Hollywood store, the Funko Hollywood store, when it's open. You can actually go there and check out the Hall of Justice with all of the different Justice League characters across the front there. And this is one of them. So it's really awesome that they did blow this up to make it huge, and you can actually see like, oh, I want to say life size. It's not, because the building would be way bigger in person, but it is really, really huge. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Batman. I had to pick this one up because of that. Plus, I'm trying to get all the Pop Towns, and I'm only missing, like I said, one of them that I haven't purchased yet, the Pennywise Funhouse. I do have to get that one. But yeah, overall, a really amazing one. I have almost all of the 80th anniversary Batman stuff, with all of them being over here. You guys can always see them behind me. Some stuff that you thought you'd never see turned into Pop, so it is really cool they did this one for the 80th anniversary, because it's just a great box. I don't know, what do you guys like better, the older boxes or the blacked out ones with the foil? Personally, I like the foil ones. This one here is the only time you can get Yoda for the 40th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they made another one other than this one, but I like the way they did this one. So it's not just him standing there again. They actually had him sitting on a log like he would be in the movie, because this is the part, you know, where Luke goes and tries to, you know, find Yoda, but Yoda keeps telling him he's somewhere else, or he just doesn't even tell him, but Yoda's, you know, bugging him the whole time and stuff like that. I think it's really funny. But this right here is Yoda on his log, and then he's also got his hut. His hut is pretty much just a tree with like moss all over it. It's like an extra little bit. I don't even know what you call that. Whatever, but it's really cool that they did make this one, and it's got a lot of detail to it. I like that you can see, I wish you could see inside of them. Now that's too much detail at that point. For this price point, you'd probably have to make it, like, I wonder if they made it so you could see stuff inside of them, how expensive these would be. Like if you could see like Yoda's little table and his cup and stuff like that all over it, that'd probably be like, oof, I'd say like $100 for these things. So it's cool that they did make them this detailed, so it keeps the price point lower. These are usually about $30 in case anybody's wondering. But yeah, I'm so glad they made this one, because it's got so much detail to it, especially with the hut being kind of like in the swamp still. Like they gave it kind of like the swampy water and then the moss all over it as well. I wonder if they'd ever make a flocked one of this, because it's mossy. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but that would be cool. All right, so here is the latest and the newest, I guess you could say, Pop Town that I picked up. And this right here is Alfred Pennyworth with Wayne Manor. This one is amazing. You can see it's got Alfred there, and this is the only time you can get Alfred. And I like that they're doing that with the Pop Towns. They're giving you figures that are exclusive to here. They totally could do just a normal pop of that one, but I don't know if people would pick them up more or less depending on if it was in the Pop Town. So this one right here, you get the Wayne Manor, and it looks amazing. It's got so much detail to it. This is, again, one of those ones that I'd love to have seen lit up, because there's so many windows on it. But yeah, Alfred looks great. He's got like his, almost like his, I don't even know what he's got on there. It might be the cowl that Batman wears, but he's got like a little platter, and he's got the cowl on there. I think that's what it is. Let me check. Yeah, so it's Batman's mask on the thing there, which is a great detail. They also gave him the suit, and his comb over is kind of like messy as well, which looks cool. But yeah, overall, a really detailed set right here. I especially like that they added the cowl. That's one of those things that they didn't have to. They totally could have had him just like, even with that, his hand out like this and like an empty platter, but they added him holding like the little like mask and stuff like that. Overall, really great. And this is another one for the 80th anniversary set. So you guys can see here, both of them come with the blacked out boxes. And I personally do like these a lot better. It adds a little bit extra character to them. And I don't think they should do this for every character, only for like special occasions. They did it with these ones. They've done it with the Futura figures. They've done it with the Darth Vader, like light up figures. I think they've done it with, I don't know if there's any other ones. Oh, they did it with the director Freddy, stuff like that. So if they do it for like the special characters like that, I think it makes it a little bit better because it's like, you know, you have this really amazing character. The box is completely different, stuff like that. Not so much like every single character's got a blacked out box because I do like the original box, just this one makes them a little bit more like high-end, I guess you could say. Okay, so this is them here. This is the Christmas set that came out this year, and there are 4 of them that are available. I don't know if you could still get these. I know if GameStop was open right now, they would still have some on the shelves, and they were on sale because it's later than Christmas. But I did get all 4 of these. We did a Christmas Village this year, and there are more of them, I believe, coming out next year, so that'll be really cool when I want to get those ones, because then I can kind of add to the Village. But yeah, if you wanted to get these ones, this one was exclusive to the Funko shop, this one was exclusive to GameStop, and then these 2 were just available pretty much anywhere. But I did notice that they had them on the Funko shop and they had them at GameStop more than other stores because, you know, they of course had exclusives in those 2 places. So here, guys, we have Santa and Nutmeg with House. Nutmeg is his little dog. Then we have Frosty Franklin with the post office. We've got down here, we've got the Mayor Patty Noble with the City Hall, and then we also have Alice Cranberry with Crescent Moon Diner. All of these look amazing. I think this is all of them. Yeah, there's only 4 different ones that came out, so they all look really great. And overall, guys, one of my favorite sets that they did for this, because I like that there's now a Christmas Village that I can have and, you know, say is my own. Because like we have the ones at home that are the Disney ones, but that's kind of like my mom's thing. So I like that I can have my own Christmas Village here at the office that I can kind of show off, light them up every night and do stuff like that. So guys, speaking of light up, these ones do light up. I took all the batteries out of them so that they wouldn't corrode and then, you know, ruin the figures. I might not light them up until next year. I'm not going to show them yet because they don't light up too bright, but when you are in like pitch black, it looks really nice. It's like just enough of a warm light to kind of shine on the figures. You don't want them too bright either. So I'm glad they did them the way they did because in the dark, they look amazing. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But before we go, what was your favorite one out of here? For me, I want to say it's either Kevin with Up House or the SpongeBob with Gary and Pineapple House. It's one of those 2 because those 2 are sets that I like to collect and they're some of my favorite movies and shows. But anyways, what was yours? Also, if you guys weren't fond of any of them, I'm sure you must have been, but if there was one that you want to see come out in the future, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have in mind because there are so many different ones that they could do. Just off the top of my head, guys, I'd love to see maybe, you know, from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so they have the Mickey Mouse and then his house with the big ears. That could be cool. Or even like Walt Disney with the castle could be another one. I had to look around and think about it for a second there. But oh, the Simpsons with their house, and they could even do it as like Santa's Little Helper or Snowball 2 as the one that comes with it, or even both of them. That could be amazing. And they do have the Simpsons license, so that'd be really cool to see that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more from me in the future, I already said this, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. But this has been an episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.